Welcome to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. I'm Aurelio Martinez, Stephen Johnson, and this will be our final episode for the year 2015, Stephen. And we got a good one for you. We're going to leave you guys with a recap of different sorts. We're going to recap the year 2000, basically by 2015, by basically picking our top fighters. And what we're going to pick in this episode, we're going to pick Fighter of the Year, okay? We're going to pick Boxer of the Year. We're going to pick Promoter of the Year, Contender of the Year, Prospect of the Year, and then, of course, on the other side of the spectrum, Chump of the Year. Okay? So, we got a show for you, Stephen. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to seeing what Inside Boxing's Throwdown is going to come up with.
Well, before we do that, let me do this. Christmas Day, somebody we know here's birthday was Christmas Day. What were you, 21, 22? But anyway, happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday.
I was that by a few times.
Yes,
a few times.
We'll leave it at that, but happy birthday. And as you were saying.
But anyhow, yeah. Listen, just like all your websites out there and all your publications, your ESPNs and stuff, they usually do a little thing on a recap of the year, and we got our own. Of course, guys, we watch a lot of boxing, so we kind of get a good sense of what we want to pick. So let's just go ahead and start. We're going to lead you on. Let's go ahead and start with Fight of the Year, Stephen. So I'll let you go first on this one,
okay.
and then I'll let folks know who my Fight of the Year is.
Fight of the Year, in my opinion, was no question. It was Peter Quillen and Daniel Jacobs. That fight was one that was light heavyweight fight. That was a fight that we'd all been looking forward to, and we all thought that either it would be a knockout or it would go the distance, but it was going to be a war. Little did we know that we were right. It was a knockout, but most of us didn't pick Daniel Jacobs to pull up that knockout. And it was a tremendous fight. And as brief as it was, it's almost kind of scary to say that it lived up to the billing, because we knew that these two both had power in both hands. But I was of the belief that if someone did get knocked out, that it would be Daniel Jacobs that got knocked out. But he clearly knocked out, Peter Quillen, and no question. I mean, he just showed himself to be the better fighter.
And not only Fight of the Year, but maybe Upset of the Year, huh?
True.
We don't have a category for upset, but
that fits right in there.
But that would fit right in there.
Most definitely.
Well, good.
Okay, and your choice, Fight of the Year.
I'll tell you what. My choice is I'm going to go back to a fight that happened April 16th. April 16th, and it was at the Turning Stone Casino, okay, in New York. Now, you guys remember this fight, Fight of the Year doesn't always mean name.
True.
Big names,
True.
because usually they turn out to be duds more than they fight. But this fight had these two guys. I'm telling you, none of them took a step back. They fought. They tagged each other. And I'm talking about Lucas Matthysse and Ruslan Provodnikov. Provodnikov, okay? I may not be able to pronounce his name, but these boys fought. And anyone that remembers that fight, I mean, they just went at it from beginning to end, and blood all over the place. It was one of them fights where they just would not take a step back, and to me, that's going to be my Fight of the Year.
And as you can remember, I you know what, that's an excellent choice, because Lucas Matthysse in the beginning took total control of the fight, looked like he was going to cruise on to victory.
Yes.
But Provodnikov, with that never no quit die, that Siberian Rocky in him came out, and man, what a war. And that's a good choice, I'll give you some on that. That's
a good choice. Okay, well, good. Let's go ahead and go to Boxer of the Year. Okay. 2015 Boxer of the Year. You want me to start with this one, or you want to
start?
Okay, well, I looked at this, I thought about it hard and strong. Boxer of the Year, and to me, to become Boxer of the Year doesn't necessarily mean what you've done in the ring, but I kind of want to see what you've done for the sport, for the boxing in the ring, and overall. And my choice has to be Floyd Mayweather Jr. I mean, love him or hate him, what he's brought to the sport, the money he's brought to the sport, the pay-per-view, the records that were broken. I just couldn't deny him. So, boxer of the year has to go for me, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Okay, and for me, fighter of the year is strictly what goes on in the ring. I'm not caring about all that stuff outside the ring. And to me, no question, was Terrence Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska. Terrence Crawford, 27-0, 19 KOs. He's only 28 years old. The WBO World Super Lightweight Champion. In 2015, he took on two fighters. He stopped both of them. One was Puerto Rico's Tomas Delorme. He stopped him in the 6th round. And then the other was Thierry Jean. You know, he's Haitian, but he lives in Canada. And he stopped him in the 10th round. That was in October, back when Tomas Delorme was in April. Terrence Crawford, I think, is the man. A lot of guys are avoiding him. That's what he's got to deal with. Who's going to get to fight him? But that'll be left up to Top Rank.
That's right. That's right. And speaking of Top Rank, that leads us into promoter of the year. Promoter of the year, and this one should be pretty swift. I think we both had the same pick, and we both went for Top Rank.
Yeah.
How could you not go with Top Rank? Right now, Top Rank is the king in promoters. They know how to promote. They can make a chump into a champ. They just know the business. They know the system. They
just don't let us down.
They have the TVs, and they you can't beat them. I mean,
I agree.
You know, I looked at the other promoters, the Golden Boys, the DeBellas. I looked at small promoters, large promoters, but in this case, hands down, it's got to be Top Rank.
I agree.
Top Rank.
No argument there. And you know, I love to argue with you, but there's no argument there.
Okay, well, let's go to the next one, which we want to go to Contender of the Year. Now, let's talk about fighters that are coming up in the rankings. They're coming up, and they've been through the prospect avenue, and now they've kind of moved up to Contender. So, Contender of the Year. Who would you say would be your Contender of the Year for 2015?
Well, 2015 might continue the Contenders of the Year. I know when you hear contenders, you say, well, no, you can only have one. But in this case, I think you'll agree when I say contenders. Mine are Jamel and Jamal Charlo, the Charlo brothers.
Nice.
These two boys, I mean, not only have they talked the talk, but they've walked the walk. I really like these kids. The main thing I like about them is that they're cocky and confident, but not to the point where they're irritating. They know what they can do. They actually separated now. They're no longer both trained by our buddy Ronnie Shields down there in Houston, but it doesn't matter. These two boys had let it be known that they intended to rule the light middleweight division, that 154-pound division, and as far as I'm concerned, they're the ones that have to be dealt with.
That's good. The Charlo brothers, I think they're very good, and I have no quarrels with that.
Okay, well, who's yours?
My Contender of the Year has to go to Earl Spence.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Earl Spence Jr., 19-0, and I think he's done everything to put him in that position. Coming up the rankings and doing what he has to do in the ring. He's performed outstanding. So, to me, hands down, Earl Spence Jr.
Earl Spence from DeSoto, Texas, man. I followed him through his amateur career. There's no question. He and the Charlo brothers are on collision course. And I hope it doesn't happen in 2016. I hope that they both kind of take it easy a little bit, and that doesn't happen until later. But, hey, whatever happens, happens. But excellent choice. Yeah, I mean, the Charlo brothers and Earl Spence, I think almost everyone agree. Those are guys that have to be watched. Now, the next category that we have, and I think that you're going to agree, we have to talk about, I'm going to move ahead to this one because I know you're going to move back to the next one, but let's talk about Chump of the Year. I really want to talk about Chump of the Year, unless you want to go.
Yeah, let's finish the last one because we talked about the contender.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the prospect.
Okay.
Let's talk about the guys making their move into the professional rankings and that have passed that local scene, have passed that local level, and have gone into what we call the prospect level. Okay, because I think there's a bunch of them out there, and I'll tell you what, I really had to kind of look around it was tough. It was a tough decision.
Well, go ahead. Who was your?
My prospect of the year goes to Oscar Valdez. Okay, he's 60. He's 18-0, and I'm gonna tell you what, this kid. You know, he was born in Nogales, Sonora, Mexico. Okay, and he's been making his view. He's 25 years old. And if anyone, you people that have seen him box know what I'm talking about. He's only been pro for 2 years or so, maybe 2 years and a month or so. And he's 25 years old, but he has come in with one thing on his mind, and that's to become a Mexican icon in this game. And I'll tell you what, I think this kid, if he stays on the path that he is, he can do that. He can do it. So he doesn't take a back seat. He's not afraid of anyone. He's someone to look at. So remember that name as prospect, Oscar Valdez.
Okay, that's a good choice. And my choice is a kid that was an odds-on favorite to win, not a medal, but a gold medal for the United States in the 2012 Olympics, but he instead decided to turn pro. That's Erickson Lubin from out of Florida. This kid is the total package. And he's also with a good promotional group that is bringing him along slowly. He's hands down to me as a prospect of the year.
I like him, and I'll tell you what, excellent choices. And inside boxing, they know their business when it comes to boxing.
Yes.
They know their business when it comes to boxing.
That's what we do.
So, like you say, that's the accolades.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go to the other side of the spectrum that
I can't wait to get to.
That you've been waiting
That's
to get
right.
to, because we want to end this episode. We want to end this year on not everything is always good. We have people that make mistakes and just let's just say that don't do the right things. Okay?
Well, we have a few in that categories that we're going to run as time permits.
There was a number of them.
We're going to start
your
off
pick
with Chump of the Year.
Yeah.
Okay, and my Chump of the Year, he's kind of been my chump for the last couple of years, as you folks know, but Amir Khan. Amir Khan has constantly considered, he lets it be known that he thinks he's the best in the world in the welterweight division, but he constantly puts himself in a position where he overbids himself in chance to show what he can do. So consequently, Amir Khan hasn't done anything. And, he thought he was in the Floyd Mayweather sweepstakes. No. Thought he was in the Manny Pacquiao sweepstakes. No. He's going to have to fight Kell Brook sooner or later. And Kell Brook is going to knock him out, and I'm looking forward to that.
Well, good.
That's my Chump of the Year for 2015.
That was interesting. I kind of like Amir Khan. So.
Who's your Chump of the Year?
My Chump of the Year, hands down, has to go to Mikey Garcia.
Oh, no, okay. Not Mikey.
Mikey Garcia is such a good boxer. 2 years he's been shelved because of this conflict with his promoter, Bob Arum. Okay, well, Bob Arum's an attorney. He sidelined Nonito Donaire. Nonito got smart before his boxing career ended. Did what he had to do to fix things, make them right, and now he's back making money. Mikey, on the other hand, is being hard-headed, and I don't know if that's coming from his family or from himself or his grandpa or his brother, or because they're all in a boxing family.
Yes.
But the bottom line is, Mikey has not fought since I have it right here, January 25th, 2011.
2011.
2 years. Okay. Now everyone.
That's 4 years now.
My goodness. Yeah. So. Not only is boxing career short
in 4 years.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
I mean, doesn't seem like that.
So basically, this conflict, and I'm gonna tell you what, Bob Arum's gonna keep him shelved. I mean, he's gonna keep him shelved. I mean, it's not gonna work. He's missing out on a lot of money. He's his record stands at 34-0. He had the publicity. He was on TV. Everyone knew who he wanted. They were looking forward to watching him fight.
Yeah.
All the money that's being lost, and now he's going to be rusty, very rusty, if and whenever he decides to come back, or whenever he's able to come back. And I'm afraid you might not see the same Mikey that you saw when he stopped fighting. So, hands down, Chump of the year. After 1 year on the sideline, he should have learned. Said, okay, let's mend this thing. Let's figure out what we got to do. Let's get back in the ring. It's been too long now. So now you got to wonder if he even has what he had when he left. And boxing's too short. You don't have time to spend another 2-3 years building yourself back up. So that for me, Chump of the year.
All right, you know what? I'm not gonna fight you on that one. I'm not gonna call him Chump though. I call him Knucklehead of the year. But I don't know, man. That's a good one. Mikey, get back in the ring. Stop all this. But I guess now, after this amount of time, he hasn't had. Now, well,
let's finish with some odds and ends.
Let's go on odds and ends. Let's
finish with some odds and ends.
For you folks, because I know everybody would really like this category. What was the knockout of the year? Okay, or for the way we termed it, who got knocked the fuck out in 2015? I don't know. Knockout of the year 2015. Who's yours?
You can't go very far. I think we probably got the same one. But I'm going to go with that man that used to be the best in the business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I know who.
I mean, how many face plants can you do and get knocked out that devastating? There's been some good knockouts in the years. But if I had to pick one, that would be it.
You were talking about
Roy Jones Jr.
Okay. I would agree that we already talked about it. I think Roy Jones was at a close second, and I think most of you will agree a close second was Canelo over James Kirkland. That was a war. It only lasted 3 rounds, man, but what a fight. Okay, and James Kirkland got knocked the fuck out. There's no question.
That's a good one.
Okay. I also, Daniel Jacobs and Peter Quillen was right there. Peter Quillen, but he got saved from getting knocked out, but for all intents and purposes, he was out on his feet. Yeah. But like you said, you guys know, and then in the smaller weight classes, we've got some tremendous knockouts knockout of the year was really a tough one, but if you want to go with one, I think most of us would agree, but Roy getting knocked out like he did, and it's just something about Roy, when he gets hit on the temple, he's just gone. Yeah. He can't take it, and I hope that he would stop, but he's already let it known that he's not going to stop. So,
I'm going to tell you what.
What's it going to take for Roy to stop?
I'm glad you talked about that knockout of the year because that wasn't in our categories, but Roy was a very close second for my Chump of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, between Mikey and Roy, it was there. I had to basically end up flipping a coin because what made Roy fall into that category on my side is because he's knocked out, hasn't even shaken the cobwebs, and he's talking about he's still going to fight.
Yeah.
So,
once again, I don't know if I call him a chump, but it definitely falls into that knucklehead of the year category, But hopefully somebody, and I know it's probably too late, that somebody could talk to him. I don't know who that would be at this point in his life, and just let him know, Roy. What's the next thing is going to happen, love. And I hate to see it, but Roy's going to get hurt bad, and that's the only thing that's left to happen because he's convinced. And we don't. He is one thing. He agrees with us. He's not going to fight any more chumps. He's going to fight guys that are up there and they're laying gun for him. And now all you really want to do is forget working anybody or anything with Roy. You want to hit him in the head, and he's going to go. And Roy, please, for the sake of those of us who grew up remembering what you did, not only for yourself but for the sport. Now there was a guy who carried the sport at a time when it was hurting, but Roy Jones Jr.
Well, good. Let me just recap. My categories, you can recap your categories.
Okay.
And then we'll wait till we'll end the year. Fighter of the year. Fight of the year. Lucas Mathesi, Ruslan Provodnikov. Boxer of the year. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Promoter of the year. Top Rank. Contender of the year. Earl Spence Jr. Prospect of the year. Oscar Valdez. And Chump of the year. Mikey Garcia. And them were my choices. And just to reiterate.
Okay, my fight of the year was Daniel Jacobs and Peter Quillen. My fight of the year was Terrence Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska. What was the next one? You tell me the categories. After our fighter of the year.
Promoter.
Promoter was Top Rank.
Contender.
Contender were the Charlo brothers.
Yep.
Jamel and Jamal.
Prospect of the year.
My prospect of the year was Erickson Lubin.
And Chump of the year.
Amir King Khan.
Well, there you guys go.
Well, I have one more thing before we go.
Okay.
Okay, and I know But let me ask you this, and I think you guys will like this too. Let's not have a prediction level. Who will be 2016 Fighter of the Year? I know you didn't think about it, so this has to come right off the top of your head. 2016 Fighter of the Year. Okay, there's a list of names, but there's one guy that should stick out to you, and I'll help you out because I'll start out first. Okay. This might clear your cobwebs. 2016 as the Fighter of the Year has got to be Keith Thurman. Keith, one-time Thurman. He's a guy that is talk the talk. He has yet to walk the walk, but I think that he's going to break out in 2016, and he's going to have some fights where Keith Thurman shows us that he is the man that has to be dealt with.
Well, I like Keith Thurman. He was my prospect of the year. He was also my contender.
Yep.
And then things kind of got a little funny. The dollar signs came into his mind, but that doesn't take away from what he does in the ring and his talent. I mean, so that's a good pick. If I had to make a prediction of who would be the next year's Fighter of the Year, wow.
Yeah, because see, we've got, I know the names that come up. Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
We've got Ruslan Provokov.
I'm gonna go with Terrence Crawford because this guy's he's on a good road. I don't see anyone out there beating him. So if he takes on the tough fights as he should next year,
if they'll fight
then I think he's got a chance to be. So that would be my prediction.
Good.
Okay.
Good. That's a good one.
Okay. Good.
All right.
So anyway, end the show. Say goodbye to 2015. We want everybody out there to be safe. New Year's Eve, enjoy yourself. Party like a madman, like a mad woman if you are, but be safe. Okay, do it in a safe manner. Don't get crazy out there. Enjoy yourself, because we want you back next year to see us. Okay, so
for sure.
Steve, until next year.
Hey, as usual,
keep them hands up.
Keep them hands up, baby.